No Ratatouille, though. Everyone's controlling themselves. Oh, but look at this, though. A marionette doll of death. It's Kunichi to take down Craze. That's strong for the anti-entry, and Olaf in return says, nah, dude.
Say that.
Wait, I blinked. Where did they all go? It looks like one spotted out with Becca almost getting away. That was a near miracle.
Against the Phoenix, who again with that self-sustain should be able to swing and clean it up.
So for the headshots, I would consider that a spray. Thank you very much, Kremer.
She's dummy thick and has Kunichi on the other side. Oh, Colonel!
Let's be honest, I'm fascinated by this. What does it mean, Cake? We're now contractually obligated to mention that this game is somewhat of a slobber knocker.
But twice over to the 3Ks and going for the playbook that you mentioned. Oh!
How much do ranks actually matter if you have a well-structured team like these guys?
And it's a bit of a slaughter. And hey, you know what's brutal about the Raze nade? When paint gets really hot, it becomes sticky. So Raze is sort of semi-violating the Geneva Convention. It's kind of cool.
Do you remember when Raze back in the beta had double nades? Does that make her like a double war criminal? Yeah, we need the ticket for this for the next season. See how many war crimes each team commits per game. We can talk about strategy and stuff all day long. Oh, but a shoulder was spotted. No! Caught off guard!
Wait, you're British? Can you speak bottle of water for me? You're telling me that the casters aren't pros?
Well, you know.
I've been lied to this whole time.
We've already had him in the server. And the fact that we've gone this long without talking about someone being French in this game is wild to me.
Chamber sounds hot, man. Defenders here. We see the Tour de Force come out. I mean, listen to that voice, Keck. How can you not love that?
Hello, everyone! My name is Keg, and I'm joined by Kremer. We have the Underpeel Grand Finals. It's wild to think that we've had this amazing journey already. We're getting started with game number 1, but you have to ask yourself, Kremer, if you're coming into just the Grand Finals, you only wanted to see the best of the best left, who are we facing with?
That's an open-ended question. It absolutely is. Of course, we have 6 eyes taking on Team X. Now, I won't lie, Keg. There are 2 players in here. I'm just going to open it up with these 2 players who have caught my eye. And that's Chase and, I believe, Crazed. And you want to know what's interesting about these guys, Keg?
Ooh, lay it on me.
I'm going to tell you what their ranks are. Crazed is Silver 2. And Chase is Silver 1. And they are the 2 lowest ranked players in the tournament. But their teammates are also very high ranked. And so what's happened is in the preseason, these guys have gone into these games, everyone has seen the low ranked player and gone, oh, this will be easy. And then they've been stomped. Neither of these teams have lost a map so far.
It's really a matter of what kind of utility Brodsky wants to bring out here. Waiting right outside garage doors, expecting someone to maybe flash and swing out, but instead the onus is on France to step on forwards, a false step. Kunichi now all over side B, taking at least attempting full backside control. Early trades go through Kremer, but again, as we attempt to see the attacking team push forward, they're losing out one by one. Olam's good for 3. And what's left? That was Lin. Good for 1, but at what cost? It's just tired to shut it all down. At least the spike plan had gone down for the attacking team. The upper level of challengers or LCQs, a lot of these opening non-rifle teams love to just run it down and play super aggressive to play for those picks, but instead it's slow. Kunichi, the first to fall. The entry potential now coming out from 6 eyes is going to be lowered quite a bit more. The only sort of entry potential you have in terms of mobility now would be down the Deca. And with a grenade to the face, it seems less and less likely that anybody on this attacking team could escape outside of A lobby. And there's no chance of doing so. A flawless round coming out from Team X. Should we ask them after this game how many war crimes Team X committed?
Should be something we keep track of.
Yeah, we need the ticket for this for the next season. See how many war crimes each team commits per game. But this is full C-side control. There hasn't been a response so far from Team X. They love to play really reactive in the post-plan situations. I will move to the spot at least 1, and Chase is there to get those early trades. The attempt there to follow up, it's going to be Mini-Moth, and that's good. But again, when you go trade for trades, already starting off in a 4v5, you're losing more and more bodies if you're on Team X's side. They only have 2 left alive now, and Deca has the read on 1, but he's dancing around that nebula to make sure he can play for safety. Powers and numbers right now. Deca hides away and goes for the shrouded step into safety, but just the timing almost a little too late there. It's going to leave 1 sacrificed away. Lin now down, leaving everyone else with a 2v2. It's going to be Brodsky with a wide swing, not once, but twice over to the 3Ks out, and finally we can see a competitive game.
And with only 30 seconds left, there's no pussyfooting about here. They actually have to get onto this site as quick as possible. The Omen smokes are a bit deep, which is going to allow the Sova to swing. However, actually killing them is going to be the big problem here. Lineups of preps, and that is actually going to be perfect if it lands. And it's a lot of damage. He actually gets the sky as well.
Really? It gets the kill? No way! Dude, that's for the highlight reel right there. And Kunuchi's able to be there for the follow-up towards behind. Though Minimoth on a heater right now. A 3K, one of which from the utility, has full control of what I would consider to be one of the hardest sites in the game to retake. And play for a full team-wide coordinated retake. I mean, take Kunichi, for example. Way out in the open, reacting to the Sova drone, backs away to the backside of the site, and it's Minimoth again to go for the full retake. Good lord. And hey, the Molly returns.
We'll switch to the shorty there to try and get the 4K. If the Sova wins this, I will be amazed. Through the wall down to 15 HP. Not much you can do there. Every time people find out I'm British, I get like the American, wait, you're British? And what else? Can you say bottle of water for me? I hear that a lot as well.
I cringe so hard when people say that, because like people will be like, oh, I can do a British accent, and they say like the same 3 sentences over and over again. It's like saying, oh, I'm a bit of an impressionist myself, and they quote like Kermit the Frog. Everyone and their mother can do a Kermit the Frog impression. I'm glad we're getting these rants out of the way now. I have a lot of things
Someone
I
in
can
the
rant
chat
about.
has said, at least you're not French. When you have an op like that and they're not on your position, your options are you fast rotate to another part of the map, and the other option is you just push with that operator and you take even more map control. And usually it should be the latter, pushing even further. However, it's down to the stylistic play of that, whoever it is who's wielding that op. And we see Olam now. Peeked on the initial angle, didn't see anyone. It's instead gone for fast rotation into heaven, and now he knows this is an A hit. It's now just a matter of getting set up for the retake and maybe preventing the push hit.
Oh, but Olam falls. Operator now lost. Big thing to consider right now is that there's double Killjoy ultimates here. The lockdown's going to be employed defensively for the beginning of the round. There is no Hunter's Fury coming out from 6 Eyes because they lack the Sova. But there is one just in case Chase does bring him down a lockdown of their own. This could be a good way, though, for the attacking team to bait out both very impactful ultimates that the team does have. If we see Chase bring down that lockdown, it's almost guaranteed to be destroyed by the Hunter's Fury.
And if you look at how the Killjoy is positioned here, any push to B is going to be stopped, so the attackers actually not going to B, they're going to C. But by the time they get to this site, they're not going to have much time left at all, and it's a very slow rotation from Kobos here, so the spike is going to go down. Let's see if the Sova is going to try and cancel the plant here.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this works, because in theory, yeah, if he brings it up too early, then for the retake, you can have Chase then bring out the lockdown and effectively win their 3rd round. But the timing here needs to be so important. That Sova's Hunter's Fury did not find a lot of impact. Didn't find a kill. Don't believe any damage at that as well. But I like this lockdown.
I'm very surprised actually that Kobos is even going for a peek here. Maybe actually exploiting the fact that everyone's maybe taking their eye off the ball. Really, really strong stuff. And yes, they do lose a player. However, you have been able to force it down to the low HP Sky and the Jet. So there's no utility to just slap on the bomb or spike here.
Oh, Kunichi, dividing out these 1v1s. So powerful. Double swing, well, at least the attempted double swing was there, but still, no opportunities for the defuse at all. Really good stall coming up from Kunichi there. And honestly, had we seen the Phoenix's position just be a little bit farther back, Kunichi may have been good for the 1v3.
What I really like, actually, is sort of, that round was played a bit like a flowchart, where you've got to site, Hunter's Fury is used. Hunter's Fury is used means you can use the lockdown. Use the lockdown. Push to try and catch the players off guard from the lockdown. Lockdown goes off, fast retake, no time, round ends. And it's a very, very methodical way to play that round. And you know what, I quite like it, because when you play that methodically, it's very easy to extrapolate what's gone wrong and where.
It really adds like this kind of chess match momentum to Valorant that I feel like a lot of other games are lacking. Because
I know that Woho hates the fact that I've just called this round a flowchart, but you know what? What's he gonna do? Mute me? Actually, probably just that. But.
Well, I'm thinking like, you know, Detroit Become Human, how there's different flowcharts and stuff depending on what the actions are.
Exactly.
But you can see the respect being given out now by Team X. They're expecting to see some of that utility, possibly the position of that alarm bot being either destroyed or pushed up and used. And it's B-side once more. have to look at those ultimates again. I'm looking at the Cosmic Divide. This could be a really good way of locking in the likes of Kanuchi inside of B if that spike goes down.
30 seconds left.
And again, look at the pace being slowed here. I tell you what, these attackers, they are really waiting till there's about 30 seconds left before they actually go for these plants. And I don't know how I feel about using the Astra pull that early. It has actually worked, which is very surprising. But I'll tell you what, now 15 seconds left, they got to get this plant quick.
It seemed like to me that maybe we were expecting to have the grab well into the nades to get like that kind of insta-kill factor there, and I think the timing was just slightly off. But Cosmic Divide was brought out, locked everyone in the B site, and I think there was that kind of shock surprise factor too, where I do agree, I think the grab wall came in just a tiny bit too early, but at least it was enough to help set up the rest of Team X to go for that team-wide retake without even the spike going down.
They've positioned themselves beautifully. They figured out where the counter push is going to come from, and now, well, it's down to the Astra.
The big question is right now, how is the flank going to look? Olam on their way, fast traveling back over to the end part of C. Chamber and Killjoy still alive though. Should be plenty of capabilities to ensure that the utility will spot out at least Olam for the defense, but Chamber falls in the process. That being said though, a split push for what's left now for the defense. One left alive now, it's up to Kunichi. We talked about the potential 1v3 on C site just a few rounds ago, but not nearly the same effect as we had seen back then. A good defuse coming underway.
I like this push, this slow control of sewers here. And they go to accelerate after the kill of the turret, and to be honest, I'd rather have seen them slowed it down, but nonetheless, it's a retake setup on A again, the same sort of retake setup that we saw from, I believe it was Team X on the first half.
Spike planted.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I wrote down both teams and what sides they're on, because I'm looking at the Discord feed, right? We don't have the program feed on. So I wrote it down. I'm hoping I've been saying the right team names the whole time. But look at this graffiti hold coming out from Craze. Really good for the split push coming through. A double swing from the back of Hell was so strong. Deka and Lindo holding down, trying to retake the site. All that's left now is a 2v2. 4 HP in a dream. The shrouded step underway. Combos! Beautiful for the spray transfer off of that classic. Did not fire too quickly and was good for both shots. What a great way of shutting down that A site. I close my eyes, I see all the squiggles of the rifts of Ascent non-stop.
You wake up in a cold sweat from a nightmare where you've just been double flashed from a sky. Yeah.
No, I wake up in a cold sweat thinking about having to play Bind in Premiere.
Ugh.
Yeah, you see how I feel?
Shudder.
Sometimes, if it's an ultra bad night, I'm thinking about Breeze coming back from the ranked.
Oh, I like Breeze.
No! It wouldn't be a fun day!
Icebox is better.
Remaining.
Yeah, of course, I love Icebox.
Yeah,
but Breeze is a terrible map.
Icebox to say. What do you mean? No, you were terrible at Breeze. Not Breeze was a terrible map.
Breeze was my best map in ranked. That doesn't mean I had a fun experience playing it. It's like saying I have fun brushing my teeth with a nail file. I hate playing that map.
And now for our defenders, a man down in a retake. This is not a pretty spot to be in at all.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have to either hold court. Well, I guess no, for the defense, you have to just push in as a team. If you're on the attack right now, you can just scale up if you really want to, but just holding this double cross contact from Hell and Graffiti enables so many different options. Brodsky doesn't have that Trailblazer though. This should help reveal quite a bit of information, but hopefully eventually got there. Spots out at least 2 down below inside of Hell. You have the immediate return of Guiding Lights, jumping down, the flash seemingly not affecting Crazed. All that's up now is just Deka hiding inside all these nebulas, and even that's not enough. 11-5 now. Only 2 more rounds needed to bring things to map number 2. Olam, here's the Killjoy turret though. Nades to clear up backside, the stun's right on top, double blast pack in. So much utility. Effectively nobody can hold the back of C site at all. Deka's in the one safe spot of the entirety of C. And even then, with just a Sheriff in hand, a great way to cross back over. Krabos is there, shutting down everyone on C and anyone that dares approach inside. Chase falls, and all that's left is Brodsky. A thrifty round here. The save round in order to make sure they have a full buy-in for what very well could be their last round of the first map here of Haven.
Oh, brother.
I like
a lot of aggression here on A.
So close.
I like this though. It's not aggressive like I was hoping to see just for a final round. Just to make things funny, to meme it up a little bit more. But this is a big shutdown factor. Lin has been activated by this op. And just tired now, trying to be on that lurk for the Killjoy. Strafing around, killing their mirror mode match. So much distance has been gained, but now in a 2v2 once more, the pendulum swing goes back into the favor of Team X. We'll have to wait and see now what the next response can be. But it looks like one spotted out with
remaining.
Steka almost getting away. That was a near miracle to turn around in time. But just tired was there, not overspraying. The tap fire is helping out. A cosmic divide here to help bring things possibly to this final round to confirm it all. Lin has that operator. And I talked about the golden
Spike
handcuffs that
planted.
sometimes you have, but he actually drops down the op and brings up the Vandal. He's not going to be as afraid to retake the site. Who knows what kind of information he has, though, especially with this cosmic divide out. You're not able to hear on the other side, and this reposition from the last two remaining for the attack is so strong. It could be a double swing here. Dropping down any sort of info, and there it is. Kobo's hidden away just in case Just Tired wasn't there. But the Killjoy had it all along for the 3K to bring things 13-5.
I believe a banana's about to ambush us in a second.
Hey!
Who's this guy? Who invited him?
Thank you for the Game 1 cast. It was excellent. I'm going to take it for a bit and go over some very fancy analysis of some very high-level stuff going on in that game. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right, chat. It's me, the professional grade Valorant analyst. And I'm here to break down for you exactly why this game went towards Team X. Yeah. Here, I've got a perfect example of exactly why Team Six Eyes lost that game. So here, we see Deka. Worked his way up into close right, out C long. The Killjoy, not familiar with the squirrel molly, has missed the molly, and our Omen has found himself in a quite advantageous position.
Back of C side at all. Deck is in the one safe spot.
Here we see the boom bot doesn't clear us. And now the kills come right to us.
The entirety of C.
Look, chat, ultimately, if you want to win in Valorant, you got to click their head, which is why you should try the Voltaic X Woohoojin Aim Labs playlist. Make sure you're playing it at least 5 days a week, every week. Go download Aim Labs now on Steam and search for the Voltaic X Woohoojin Aim Labs playlist. It only takes 30 minutes with rest included. Go, get it now. Aim diff. I'll see you in game 2. And rumor has it, map 2 is split. Will Team Six Eyes be able to bring it back? Because we saw quite the dominant performance from Team X. I'm not going to lie. Oh my goodness. We're loading into split. Keg, Tremor 3, it's off to you.
Colonel, this is Snake. We're pushing up inside of B heaven. Oh, Colonel, Olim's there. She's dummy thick and has Kunichi on the other side. Oh, Colonel!
Snake! It's Mini-Muff! Dun 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 dun! Oh my god, what happened to the attacking team? They're gone!
Player standing.
And all that's left now is the Cypher! It's Chase, not the bank. But he may need to make a deposit. It's up to 1 though for the headshots. I would consider that a spray. Thank you very much, Kremer. But leads into a perfect time to talk about the Apple tier list. When we were doing VCT Challengers, speaking of which, that was an absolute S-tier Pink Lady flick coming out from Kunichi. But again, that was unbelievable. Olim continues on forwards, knocking the apples out of the tree. Isaac Newton rolling in his grave to the hands of these defenders. One by one, divide and
Spike
conquer.
down A.
Just tired and company. It's the
10
defense
seconds
now
left.
rolling it back. Such a dominant round coming out from the attackers. The mobility's still there, and the Cypher for the counterflank could be the last remaining crew left alive this round. And with only milliseconds left, the spike finally goes down. A 2v3 right now, and Phoenix does have his ultimate. Might not want to use it just yet, they may have to. Chase is the last one alive. The Cypher looking to triangulate where those tracers are coming from the Cyber Cage, but unable to do so. Kobos, good for 3.
Very appealing start right now. I think we're actually going to see just that.
Oh, beautiful work there from Kunichi. Double blast pack, removing Just Tired from the board. And I gotta say, that's a big loss for the defense. Just has been able to maintain this big, almost like stronghold potential on A side, every single round thus far. Him being the first one gone already shows the dividends being
Spike
lost for
planted.
the defense. These duelists now working together, leaving Astra alone, have to be able to take at least 2 of these fights if they want to win back this round. But they're already at a body disadvantage. Down the gigantic dry swinged funnel. Olim's good for 1 though, off the trade of Mini-Mouth falling. Cosmic Divide may have to come out here, but it's going to be so hard to find that benefit from the angle of which these attackers are staying.
that's a great little concussion there into the nade as well. That may kickstart the retake. Unfortunately, the Angels are being lost, and that'll be the first round for our attackers.
Ooh, okay. I can't sing or play a piano, but I can pretend I can.
Perfect. I mean, there's nothing auto-tune can't unfuck, right?
That's true. I'll sound like the Black Eyed Peas. I'll sound like every 2010 pop band. Also, that was a really good shot coming out from the chair. Good lord. And Just Tired is now playing so much farther back than we had seen before. It's a 3v4 once again, but if there's anything we learned from these defenders, is that doesn't necessarily mean, well, it's already been converted to a 3v3, but it doesn't necessarily mean that body advantage is going to be, or disadvantage is going to be the end of the round for them. Minimoth is inside screens right now. They have almost full utility to work off of here. A pop flash going in the elbow could stifle so much, especially with that guiding light giving away the ones very close by. Olem should be given the call though, the Minimoth. Olem's also good for one more. And look at that! Did they not clear the corner? What the hell happened? That goes good for the trade at the very least. Paranoia goes through. Good to divide and conquer and maybe find one, but the defuse underway. It's up now to this actually to be a distraction. But Kobos in the process is there to just take the kill anyways.
I quite like that from the Astra as well. Killing the Omen ult means that you are faking your presence on that site. Means that it takes a little bit longer to actually get on to B. But a 5v5 retake with a Phoenix ult, with a Killjoy ult, this really isn't too bad a position now for our defenders.
No, I mean, to be fair though, it's 7-1. They've never really been in a bad position in this matchup, at least yet. But Olem does fall. I'm wondering if that's going to enable the Phoenix ult to come underway. It'll give a lot of information, especially with the Seekers now out, and it could help displace some of these enemies. But instead of seeing Run It Back come out, we actually had the lockdown instead. Lynn's going to try to contest this along with the Cypher here. This 2v1 is going to turn into a 2v2, but it turns into a meat grinder. The swings just a little too far away to help and supplement those extra trades. Now we get to see the Phoenix ult come underway. The flaming wall comes by and no one's really able to get a virus from the other side there. And the fuse comes out, speak through from the Nebula, where was otherwise a really good anti-retake from the attacking team, shut down by a litany of ults.
The call and who peaks. However, they still convert it. Great use of utility, and now the change of pace.
I mean, the glass is half full too, right? You could argue too that you've made your defending team waste a bunch of very powerful ultimates in a single round that they won't be able to regain for the rest of the half. And with already this round being so dominant from the attacking team, who's to say this can't be an 8-4 half just off the fact that those ults have been expelled and not brought back, especially that lockdown.
Just Tired, he's who's to say that.
Wait, I blinked! Where did they all go?
That was your first mistake, Keg. Blinking
I gotta stop blinking!
Like this. That it is. Now, a man down and a retake. This is as good a position as it gets now for our attackers, especially with Finici's flank. Just perfect. Good for 2. There is a trade from Olem, however, they are going to have to run into some trips here if they want to try and retake this site, at least from CT. So from Heaven, the utility is going to start landing now. This could be as good as done, unless something goes catastrophically wrong.
Oh, but you know what? We're only doing one half of the curse. Oh man, Kunichi did terribly there. Oh no.
God, if he
imagine
doesn't
getting
step
a
up
kill.
soon.
Oh, humanity. Worst player I've ever seen. See, we gotta do it from both ends. 4v3 though for the remains of this half. 10-2. I'm sorry, we swapped the halves. Excuse me. Brodsky though, having the guiding light, goes to the flash and does find quite a bit of information stalling potential there. Dividing out the 1-by-1s, good to remove all of having control. And leaves it to Kobos now. The last alive.
Left.
And we talked about the double sentinel utility that could be coming out here, and we did get to see a lot more of that utility come underway. The guiding light didn't find a whole lot of impact that last round, but Kobos is distracted with Heaven. Unaware somewhat of Kunichi, is able to turn around, redirect themselves to get the third round on the board. And look at seeing where that sentinel utility is set up, and for the most part, Heaven is empty. It's naked. It's relying on the onus right here of Brodsky holding the ropes control, and this works out fantastically. The floating potential inside of Vents enables the rest of these defenders to rotate so quickly to shut down Ramp's control. It was identified as these attackers for being that one spot to be very, very vulnerable. No trademarks, no tripwires, and what seemed like no bodies either. But I think you're right, this may be a tech pause.
Day by day, we get closer to VCT. Looks like he has come back. I think we're okay.
Let me tell you about the worst tech pause I've ever had in a Valorant tournament. This wasn't a VCT tournament. This was for a charity event in Vegas. And this was in January of this year. So we were at a LAN, we were in the control center, and we get told that the Valorant servers go down.
Right.
But not only that, the Valorant servers, the Riot servers, the Twitch servers, and Google all go down at once. That might as well have been the start of World War III. And we're just like...
That's because of UK. That was your fault. They realized you were casting and just didn't want you on. And so they did everything in their power to make sure it didn't happen.
Wow, I didn't realize they were all my dad. How'd they know I was in the mainframe?
I mean, no, you can never be a determined father.
Cover going up.
True. I feel so bad for my future kids. I'm gonna sit them down, raise them like a mini Shroud. They'll be like 2 years old, barely being able to hold their head up. All right, what do you mean you can't trade out that Omen? Come on, child! Plant the spike! Press 4! Dad, I don't know what 4 is! Press 4 to plant the spike!
You're gonna drop 30 kills in this scrim, or you're not getting Chopper.
They're like the new generation of like Call of Duty 14-year-olds. Oh! What a really good attempt there! So the idea for Lin was to play ultra aggressive, play for the anti-flash, then go for one, get the rendezvous out, but the rendezvous just came out a second too late. Does allow, though, that spike to go under control.
Spike planted.
Was a lot of damage, though. Look at the Astra. He's going to be healed up by the Sky, so that's going to mitigate the damage, but look at what we said earlier. You need sights and something. And now every single player is going to have to shoehorn their way into elbow, a position which is going to get hit by a lot of utility in this retake, especially considering that the Raze is 1 kill away from being able to bring out another nade.
This is just a mess of a round right now. Good bait, though, from the running back. Able to tank pretty much the entirety of the Sky ult. I've never ever in my life have seen that before. But it may be short-lived as well. A lot of damage applied to these attackers. As long as Kobos can stay alive here, this should be a winning round. But even then, with 1 left alive, too little time to go for the defuse. No matter who you kill, it's Minimoth once more to be that sacred defender of the attacking side. And it allows enough time for everyone to rotate back around to A, except for Lin, who's still holding mid. And this might be a great call. We're seeing this recall back over to sewers in full spawn, possibly back over to B site. And now Lin needs to make impact with this operator.
Absolutely does. Great flash from the Phoenix. Amazing vigilance to not expect him to be there. The Raze nades on top of the Phoenix hot hands are going to do so much damage to him. He's now all on the Sky to at least buy time, but through the smoke, also being damaged. Don't kill yet, but the damage is really going to start to add up soon.
They try to run out here. Plenty of 1v1s that we had, however.
Look at the Astra on the other side of the map right now.
Yeah, this is the strong lurk, right? You can use Astra's utility anywhere on the map that you want. And this means it enables strong lurking, while at the same time, the majority of professional teams will use that role as the IGL to get the full scope of the battle.
This is what Up Against It looks like. It's a bit of a garage buy. And, well, they've got a B-Slam to worry about. Unfortunately, it's the one undefended position outside of a bit of utility from the Chamber and the Cypher.
Really lockdown, though. Looking to flush out anyone on side of B. This is no Ratatouille, though. Everyone's controlling themselves. Oh, but look at this, though. A marionette doll of death is Kenichi to take down Craze. That's strong for the anti-entry, and Olim in return says, nah, dude. I'm explosively taking B site. Lin tries to find some sort of impact bottom of hell, but unable to do so. Joins the Devils down below. It's Minimoth hiding away, looking to play anti-default for that spike to go down, and Kunichi's looking to get that grenade, but again, it hits default. No chance for the nade to connect against the spike holder. And at least second now, the last one alive, the Wraith of the team, to join everyone else, possibly the Underworld. He can't get this 1v2, but he's almost able to do so. So close to get that 1v3, but at the end of the day, it's Cobalt again. The late defender there to take everyone down 13-5.
There's only one word I'd use to describe this series, and that is, of course, Slobber Knocker.
Awesome.
Great. Oh, and awesome.
That's a
great
good
series,
word.
nonetheless. It is. It's a perfect word to describe a perfect series. Thank you, everyone, for coming into the cast.
Congratulations!
Why you made my point?
Woohoo!
Well, hey, a celebration from our production team as well for a non-broken and a non-tech paused and non-breaking grand final. Thank you everyone for
Drop
watching.
your Twitters in stream chat. Go follow them. Keg, Kremer3.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drop them.
got
Drop them.
you.
I expect to see exactly 758 increased followers on both of these Twitters.
Oh, imagine.
Or I will personally be banning all of you individually.
So that's a lot of effort.
I mean, I just put in a ton of effort to have casters cast some silvers, duke it out for nothing.
That's
I
true.
Yeah, I know
think I
that
won't
guy.
go ban people one by one?
I know that
true.
dude.
Well, while we have you here, Woho, in your opinion, who's the MVP?
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to give it to Alam. I'm not going to lie. I know that he's like their most vocal player and he's frequently in the in-houses and he's just quite the rock of a teammate. And I think it stands out when he's not even top fragging for his team, but he's also like he's bottom deathing, you know, and they're taking these clean victories. These are the same casters who will be featured in the season 2 Underpeel in October, chat. So if you would like them to cast your gameplay, prepare for the open applications to enter your team. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're stuck with us.
Yup, you're stuck with them for 6 weeks. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No,
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you around. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
Thank you. With the final analysis of the evening.
Brown being so dominant from the attacking team, who's to say?
Here we have just hired a member of the winning team, Team TMX, which I will pay out in the predictions. Bam. And you'll notice he fires his weapon on target.
An 8-4 half just off the fact that those ults have been expelled and not
On the head.
especially that lockdown.
Just tired. He's who's to say that.
Wait, I blinked.
And then poor Kunichi. The bomb is planted. Back sight with a late mid lurk. What the hell? Team Six Eyes.
You've made your defending team.
We had
waste a
full
bunch of very
sight
powerful ultimates in a single round
control. Oh, what are you supposed to do?
it won't be able to regain for the rest of the half.
Oh,
and with already
man.
this
We take all of heaven. We take all of ropes, and we're too afraid to plant in the open. And that is ultimately why Team Six Eyes could not take the dub. Their preparation clearly looked worse. Team Alam was heavily prepared. And we're going to finish it with one last clip to demonstrate that.
Rounds left flash from the Phoenix. Amazing vigilance.
Look at this. Look at this.
Lin needs to make impact with his operator.
Absolutely.
No
does.
dry peek.
Great.
After the flash, we
Phoenix.
smoke.
Amazing vigilance.
After the smoke, we nade. After the nade, we molly.
On top of
Then we Astro Wall.
the sky to at least buy time, but through the smoke, also being down. No kill yet, but
We click their head. Thanks to the Voltaic X Woohooja Name Labs
the
playlist.
damage is
And then look at this, man. They got a rat corner. This has to be prepped. Look at this. This is prep.
really going to start to add up soon.
Safe reload. You can't contest that. You can't contest that corner. He's super safe.
1v1s to be had, however.
Look at the Astra on the other side of the map.
What do you do? What do you do? They even have the option to come back. And it's planted in the open. The late lurker. Thank you for tuning in to the grand finals of the season 1 of the Underpeel. Season 2 of the Underpeel, every single game will be streamed with professional casters. I will see you on October 1st.
And
I
can't help
like
but think that,
Hugo. I just think
in the-
Chambers' haircut's silly.
Again, this sounds like it's coming from jealousy.
I'm not jealous.